Okay, so weirdly enough, I am playing Fallout 76. So I, like most people, went off and almost pre-ordered. I'm a long-time fan. We're talking doing things like defeating the Roman legions in New Vegas with a varmint rifle, and defeating the NCR without any weapons, bare knuckle boxing them. So I've done the wall, was very passionate about this game, very excited when it came out. Originally was basically like, well, it'd be cool to go off and play this with my friends. I've always wanted to play Fallout and share the experience with everyone else. And then of course the release happened, and if you need to know anything more about why it was so terrible, you can see the Internet Historian's video, which really sums up really well just how much they shafted fans and anyone who pre-ordered the game. But I'm here about, 6 years later. Fallout TV series has came out. Granted, I haven't seen it, but I know it's big and that everyone else is watching it. And I had this copy that I brought, and I brought it back when the game was bombing, and I think it was something stupid like 86% off, so it cost me like $3. Because basically they were just doing sales, they couldn't get rid of it fast enough. Stores were basically trying to get rid of it. I think in some cases they were even taping it to other games that they were selling, and giving it away as a free bonus. However, the game has came a really long way. So first impressions, and granted I'm now level 30, I'm pretty far in, but this is actually a fairly big map. There's a lot of stuff going on and it's very active. There's a lot of elements of Fallout and kind of like classic nods towards the original games, but also a lot of new content, new quirky things to find. Where the original game didn't have NPCs and didn't have a lot of features, I found the majority of those sorts of things have been added in. So there's NPCs all over the show, there's allies, there's random events. You can just go into random groups. You can have events like this one, for example, Leader of the Pack, where you'll fight a bunch of random wolves and get legendary gear, and that pops up regularly. You can just team up with random players. There isn't really issues with griefing or people randomly killing other players. For the most part, you can turn pacifist on and you don't really have to worry about anything, which is really good. The difficulty is fairly balanced. Didn't seem to really have any issues with it. It seems like there's definitely harder and easier areas, and there's a decent kind of setup at the start. This is the start area right here, where you can kind of get yourself acquainted, figure out the basics, and then you can branch out into the wider world. So what you can see in front of me at the moment is this lumber mill right here, out to the tower on the hill over there. So that tiny area out of this massive map. And this map is actually properly full of stuff. Where it originally was lots of empty space, they've added in all kinds of tiny little sheds and shelters, random interactions, funny little events, challenging little events, and things that happen along the way. Lots of random quests and miscellaneous stuff. As you can see, the right hand side of my screen is absolutely full of quests, and to be totally honest, I should probably take some of these off from the last time I was playing to make this look a little bit better, but you know, there we go, it tidies it up a little bit. But yeah, so I guess the way I would say it, as a absolute like lover of Fallout, and granted I haven't seen the show yet, but I anticipate a lot of people thinking about going back to this game and being in the same situation as me, but not owning it, so not having the option to just jump back in and try it out. I would say get this game on special. It's not World of Warcraft level of MMORPG, and there's a lot of interesting little limitations that try and force you to use the shop, but it's not compulsory. So it's not compulsory to use the shop, but there is that awkward kind of pay to win suggestion, I guess. It's no World of Tanks, but it's there. And I'd say buy the game cheap and don't use the shop in game. You can actually earn enough currency from doing events and other stuff to not need it, and I don't think we should reward Todd for what he did. But I think if you were looking at playing this game originally and you are an old school fan of the series, this is probably about as good a time as you need to come back. Play it with your friends, do some co-op, have some fun, make some Fallout memories, and make the most of it. And yeah, hopefully before anything else goes wrong as far as Todd and the rest goes. So that's my quick little review. Be interested to see what other people think. What other things also went wrong with the launch, and I guess reasoning behind playing or not playing. I'm probably going to keep playing a bit more of this, and I'm going to play some of this with my wife, who is an absolute Fallout nut. She found out about Fallout 4 2 years ago and plays all the time pretty much and loves the games. So we're going to play this together. Yeah, that's my view. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, etc. I think the biggest draw to this game, to be fair as well, just before I go I should say this, the biggest draw to this game as well is just the absolute lack of co-op games. Unfortunately, I found on the Steam store and lots of other things, they now bulk PvP only co-op games, like, you know, PUBG or Battlefield or something like that. They also call co-op, even though it's clearly not co-op. And a lot of games as well they call PvE, because things like DayZ or whatever else where you're fighting other players, but there are NPCs you can fight as well, and it makes it really hard to find co-op games and find good things to play together. So I think in the absence of other co-op games, this is probably the best, well, one of the better ones around to play at the moment, especially as other ones go kind of more pay to win. So yeah, that's my take anyway. Yep, like, subscribe. I'm probably done rambling now anyway, so feel free to add anything I missed or ask any questions you have in the comments, and I'm happy to get back to you. And yeah, all the best. And if you choose to play, enjoy the game, be nice to others, help out new players, and have fun.